carry on. Yes. So let's have a look at some of these studies in details. These will collect information from individuals at one point in time. And so what we're really doing here is analyze or describing the prevalence of disease. And we might then have a particular tool, the PHQ-9, for instance, for depression, in which we're going to screen the whole population to find out how many people have that particular disease or condition. And we can then estimate the prevalence of depression within the population by using this tool. So cross-sectional studies are good at that. We define our population and then we'll sample from that population in order to be able to estimate the prevalence of disease at one point in time there. Of course, it might take us several days or months to do that, but we're still talking about one particular point in time. At that point in time, this proportion of people will have this condition that we're looking at here. And that will be a descriptive study if we're just observing the prevalence of disease and describing the people who have this particular condition. But if we then can collect the current exposures, we can then analyze people and say that those people with the disease have these particular characteristics, and we will then be able to compare them to people without the disease, which will be an analytic study then. And not just the current exposures, by asking the right questions about the history of the factors associated with that condition, we can then find out what might have happened in the past, which would contribute to the outcome that we're looking at here. We might then describe the frequency and the prevalence of our conditions, and we'll then describe the food associations between our exposures and our outcome. But the analysis of that outcome, we might then do a more analysis where we're going to be adjusting for confounders, and we will then be able to get measures of associations and 95% confidence intervals for our significant factors there. So a cross-sectional study allows us to do not just the descriptive analysis, descriptive of the disease in that population, but also an analysis of both crude and adjusted associations in that particular. Okay, the next one I want to